Hello, Taliestermancer here, and I have come to you today to talk about put these down. um, the days of the week and the planetary correspondences and how you can use these days of the week um, to have a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So, I guess we should start at the beginning. I will be adding some karmic metaphysical astrology because that's what I do. So if you don't understand, that's okay. And if you do, hooray. So we'll start with Sunday. So Sunday is ruled by the sun. And the sun is the seed of potential. Well, the symbol of the sun is the seed of potential within the circle of spirit. And the sun in astrology represents the self, the individual, the ego, the external individuation of the soul into the incarnated body and through the incarnated body. So, what can you do on a Sunday? Well, you can do some self reflection, always important. You can do something for yourself, maybe. If you do too much for other people, you can do some things for yourself. Rest if you need to rest. Be active if you need to be active. Um, Maybe even perceive or try to perceive how yourself is being perceived by others. It's always good to do that now and then for healthy growth. So, Monday. Moon Day. Moon Day is ruled by the moon. Beautiful, beautiful moon. And the moon is a symbol. Well, the symbol of the moon is the crescent of receptivity or the crescent of the soul. The moon is the inner world of emotions and instinctive reactions. The moon is the emotional atmosphere within you. It's the internal individuation of your soul as it incarnates or has incarnated. Anyways, so what can you do on a Monday, on a moon day? You can look within yourself. Go within. What are you feeling? Get in touch with your emotions. Um, the moon is also our inherent and natural psychic faculties, which we all have. Um, yeah, so get in touch with what's going on inside of you. Be gentle with yourself, be merciful with yourself. Mm-hmm. So then we come into Tuesday, and Tuesday is a Mars day, and Mars is representative of our will, our desire. Mars is known as the henchman of the sun. So, as such, Mars projects who we are as individuals. Mars is also um, the yang, active, pursuing sexuality within us, the masculine. We all have masculine and we all have feminine. And astrology shows how they are balanced and expressed within you, which is why I'm so thrilled with it. But so Mars, yes. So Mars, what can you do on a Mars day? You can exercise. Oh, if you have been wanting to exercise, but you just can't, try exercising once a week on a Tuesday, and you might be surprised with the progress that you make. Um, you can also go looking for love, perhaps, if that's your inclination, or spice up a relationship that you are in currently. Um, yeah, maybe even reflect upon how you project yourself. What are your wills? What are your desires? What are your passions and drives? You could do that too if you're having an introspective day. Tuesday, Wednesday, which is Mercury Day. Oh, I didn't describe Mars. Okay, sorry. Uh-huh. So, or Venus. Okay, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so Moon and then Mars. Yeah. So Mars traditionally is the circle of spirit imposed upon by the cross of matter. Mars is naturally a malefic planet. His nature is naturally destructive, war, anger, violence, etc. But currently, you'll notice Mars is the circle of spirit, and then it has the arrow projecting that spirit externally. Um, so, where was I? Mercury. Yes, we haven't even got to Venus. I got ahead of myself because I just love Venus. So, Mercury is the crescent of receptivity, or the crescent of the soul, upon the circle of spirit, upon or rooted into the cross of matter. So here we have Mercury, which represents the mind, the logical mind, the thinking processes, how we communicate the inner world to the outer world, and how the outer world is processed inwardly, mentally, of course. And let's see, so Mercury, um, yeah, on a Wednesday, on a Mercury day, would be a good day to do a lot of mental activity that you've been putting off because perhaps it's overwhelming, like filing or sorting or adding or subtracting or um, just organizing would be a good day. Wednesday would be a good day for that. So, yeah, taxes. I make that face because it's a very overwhelming process, which would most likely be made easier by doing it on a Wednesday. So, Wednesday, yeah, mental activities, mental introspection, perhaps. What are you thinking? Why are you thinking it? How are you thinking it? Where are you thinking it? Who are you thinking it? Who is the thinker? Um, so, Mercury, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, which is Jupiter Day. Ah, oh, Jupiter. Jupiter is a karmic planet. It is the karmic benefic planet, the good karma, good fortune planet, good luck, optimism, expansion. Um, so if you want to do something that you feel like you need luck for, a Thursday may be a good day to do it. If you want to do something that could bring you good fortune, a Thursday day, Jupiter Day, would be a good day to do it. Um, yeah. So Jupiter is the crescent of the soul rising above the cross of matter, the material world. And so Jupiter is expansive, Jupiter is uplifting, Jupiter is faith, Jupiter is trust. If you need to take a leap of faith, you could do it on a Thursday. uh, um, Jupiter is very wonderful. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, look, examine your spirituality, your faith, if you're having an introspective day. Um, Friday, I'm in love with Venus. Venus. So Venus is, so Mars is traditionally the circle of spirit imposed upon by the cross of matter, the material world imposing itself upon the spiritual world, imposing itself upon one's spirit. Venus is the spiritual world, the circle of spirit imposing upon the cross of matter. So Venus becomes spirit imposing itself upon the material world. Venus is pleasing, Venus is beauty, Venus is attractiveness. Venus is yin, passive sexuality, attracting sexuality. Um, she is wonderful. And what can you do on a Friday? And this happens to be a Friday, which I'm making this video on. And Friday is a good day for beauty routines, I intend to do my eyebrows. I guess I shouldn't draw attention to that. But so yeah, Friday you can beautify yourself. You can gussy up and go be seen. If you need to attract someone, Friday would be a good day to do that. Um, Affections. Venus is our affectionate nature, so please express your affections. And if you're very frightened to do this, do it just a tiny little bit. Um, it would also be if you're having an introspective day, an introverted day, a moon day within yourself, you could reflect upon your beauty, reflect upon what makes you beautiful without comparing yourself to other people. You can reflect upon your affective nature. Have you been suppressing her? Have you been denying her? We all have Venus. We all have a her within us. So don't get all macho. um, yeah, so Venus. Then we have Saturn Day. Saturday. And I'll go with my Saturn hand. So Saturn is the greater malefic karmic planet, which is quite heavy indeed. So we have this crescent of the soul, the crescent of receptivity, imposed upon by the material world, suppressing. But Saturn also brings restrictions and limitations and confines and fears. Saturn is demanding of authenticity. So, what can you do on a Saturn day? Well, working would be good. Working would be very auspicious to be working on a Saturn day at what you love, though. Not what you have to do, but what you love is what I encourage. And Saturn is about manifestation. Saturn's restrictions and limitations confine and condense energy into the material world that we exist in. However, because he's malefic, he's not just stopping at condensing into materialization, he's also condensing into putrefaction, which, is why everyone's like, oh, when they think of Saturn. Um, but to look at the creative nature of the world is important, which is why I've named my business Quintile Astromancy, because quintiles are very creative and divinely inspired. I really feel and believe. So, Saturn Day is a day to look back on your week, just 1 week. Look back and look at your foundations that you've laid and where are the weaknesses and go back and correct them, whether it's apologizing, whether it's primping and fluffing, whether it's whatever it is you need to do to correct, to really bolster your foundation. Because week by week, we create foundations, right, that sustain us. And are your foundations sustaining you? Saturn demands that you look at it. And if you don't, he's going to make life not so pleasant. So it's interesting to note that in the tarot deck, Saturn is correlative with the devil card. And what does the devil represent? The devil represents being consumed by the material world, being too in your lower nature, below your heart, your will, your sexuality, your materialism. That's being too deep in that is the devil card. So, Saturn might, on a Saturn day, if you're being introspective, you might look at what pulls you down into your lower nature in unpleasant and unbeneficial ways and try to really purify those. Saturn also on the purest, beautifulest side of Saturn is purification. It's the unicorn in a way. And so, you know, don't just look at the lower nature, right? The wah wah of life, because that is only going to trap you there, right? So a Thursday, a Jupiter day would be a good day to rise out of that. If you're someone who's too consumed by the material world, really make the best of a Thursday. Maybe take it off if you can, or arrange your schedule so that you always have it off to do things for your soul. because it's so important to balance the lower and the higher nature. And where do they balance? They balance in the heart. And that's where I will part with you, beautiful stargazers. Thank you for listening. Atma Namaste. And I will see you again. Blessings. And I will end with a Tingsha. Softly, softly.